Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I have an announcement to make. The convocation procession is entering the hall. May I request you all to rise? Please keep standing until the chief guest takes his chair. Thank you.
Offering my prayers to Lord Manjana Swami, I declare the convocation open.
परिपालय सिद्धिविनायक शरणागत रक्षक गणनायक परिपालय सिद्धिविनायक शरणागत रक्षक गणनायक परिपालय सिद्धिविनायक शरणागत रक्षक गणनायक परिपालय वारणवदन सकल दुरितहरण वारणवदन सकल दुरितहरण वारणवदन सकल दुरितहरण गिरिजानन्दन मूषिकवाहन सुरवर महिमाकर सुगुणाकर लंबोदरन सुरवर महिमाकर सुगुणाकर लंबोदरन सिंदूरवर्ण चामर कर्ण शोभित परम पावन चरण परिपालय सिद्धिविनायक शरणागत रक्षक गणनायक परिपालय वरगोष्ठी पुरक्षेत्र विराजित वरदा भयकर गुह सहोदर वरगोष्ठी पुरक्षेत्र विराजित वरदा भयकर गुह सहोदर नारदादि संसेवित संगीतादि सकल कला संतोषित परम कृपा सागर मोहन तरगात्र श्रीनारायण दास विनुत परिपालय सिद्धिविनायक शरणागत रक्षक गणनायक परिपालय
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್. ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಂಜುನಾಥಾಯ ನಮಃ. ಆನ್ ಬಿಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ, ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ and students, I welcome Dr. D. Virendra Heggade, the chairman of the governing board, Sri Natarajan Srinivasan, the Convocation chief guest for today. Sri D. Surendra Kumar, the Vice President of the Dharmasthala Trust. The governing board members, invited guests, parents of the passing out students, the press for the 30th annual convocation of Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara Institute for Management Development. Now I would like to formally welcome the guests on the dais.
I request our director, Dr. S.N. Prasad, to extend floral felicitations to our respected chairman, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde. I now request our Vice President, Sri D. Surendra Kumar, to extend floral felicitation to our chief guest, Sri Natarajan Srinivasan. I request our director to extend floral felicitations to our Vice President, Sri D. Surendra Kumar.
Now I request Dr. Mausumi Sengupta to extend floral felicitations to Dr. N. Muthukumar, our governing board member. I request Dr. Mausumi Sengupta to extend floral felicitations to Sri Nishit Jain. I request Dr. Muhammad Minhaj to extend floral felicitations to Sri Viju Parameshwar. I request Dr. Muhammad Minhaj to extend floral felicitations to Sri Nagaraj Ijari. I request Dr. Minhaj to extend floral felicitations to Sri Vijay Mane. Thank you, Dr. Mausumi and Dr. Minhaj. Now, I'll be presenting the annual report for the past academic year. Sdmimd's academic year 2024-25 started with the renewal, with the continuation of the accreditation of the ACBSP USA and our submission of ICER to AACSB seeking accreditation. And the National Board of Accreditation has renewed its accreditation up to 2027 for our PGDM program. QSI Gauge has awarded Sdmimd PGDM program the diamond rating, one of the highest ratings in its rating system. QSI Gauge belongs to the QS World Ranking System. And we also retain the Business School Impact System of the EFMD. Apart from being accredited nationally and internationally, several B school surveys have rated Sdmimd within the top 30 and top 50 positions in the pantheon of B school PGDM programs. Careers 360 B school survey ranked Sdmimd among at 25th in India. And Competition Success Review has ranked Sdmimd among the 5th among the top 17 leading private B schools of super excellence and 4th among the top 15 B schools of Karnataka. Sdmimd organized an outbound learning program for other students from other colleges in Mysore. Sdmimd has a sort of becoming a nodal center for other colleges to learn from, and students and faculty from other colleges come to Sdmimd to learn about higher management. Our students of the 24-26 batch visited Sri Dharmasthala and also were addressed by our revered chairman, Dr. D. Virendra Vegde at Dharmasthala in 2 batches. We had organized an industry visit to Schneider Electric for exploring excellence in ESG and sustainability. Sdmimd has been running an ESG modular specialization for students. Over 3/4 of the students have chosen this specialization. This is helping our students to seek better prospects in their career. Sdmimd has launched a startup lab to nurture entrepreneurial spirit, and the inauguration of the startup took place in January 2025. Sdmimd students have been involved in sustainability and upliftment and encouragement to the rural poor, and in this, our students visited and supported a group of rural women involved in making bakery products as sponsored by the Worth Electronics near Mysore. Outbound training for workplace learning and development of students as part of a course learning was conducted near Palakkad for several students of Sdmimd. Sdmimd's placements for the 23-25 batch outgoing students, the highest salary was 14 lakh rupees, average of 9.8 lakh rupees, top 10% average of 12.3 lakh rupees, and top 50% average of 10.2 lakh rupees. Sdmimd this year for the batch of 2024-26 batch of students has achieved 100% summer internships, and all our students of the 24-26 batch are currently on internship for 75 days, and we scrutinize and evaluate the quality of the internships in corporates before sending them on these internships. Sdmimd has improved upon the international linkages, and our number of colleges with whom we have relationship abroad has increased to 17, and currently 32 students from our institute are studying in institutes abroad in countries like France, Germany, and other European countries, Spain and Portugal and other European countries, and we aim to increase this to around 25% of the total students, that is 240. We had guests from our partnering colleges from abroad, that is Dr. Jeremy Novak, Vice Chancellor of Global Development College, Australia, and Brigadier General Eric Tan, Board Member of the Global Development College, visited Sdmimd. Sdmimd has entered an arrangement with Arcus Academy with an MOU for collaborating for business education, entrepreneurship, and immersion study programs. These next are the photographs of students who are now studying abroad from Sdmimd. As part of our exchange program, students and faculty from our international partners visit SDMIMD as a part of that. Porto Business School, Portugal visited SDMIMD, and this is a photograph of that. Heilbronn University, the team with 21 students and 4 faculty members visited, and we took sessions for them at SDMIMD. SDMIMD boasts of conducting 4 to 6 international conferences every year. The first of that in the academic year being the Leadership Conference held in September 2024. The 12th International Finance Conference held in October 2024. And the 9th International Economics Conference held in November 2024. The 12th International Human Resources Conference held in December 2024. 6th International Conference in Marketing held in January 2025. In all these conferences, SDMIMD consistently has received several research papers from abroad and participation of international academia and industry executives in these conferences. SDMIMD participated in the International Family Business Enterprises Conference conducted by the Foundation for Research in Research and Development in Witten Institute of Family Business in Austria and Kanaan University, held in August 2024. SDMIMD also conducts a budget conclave after the announcement of the national budget every year. This year it was conducted in the first week of February. Our chief guest was Mr. Maheshwar Peri, who is a renowned journalist and founder of Careers 360. SDMIMD for the first time conducted a TED Talk by 14 speakers, and all the 14 videos have been uploaded on YouTube and other social media. And it was a first experience of organizing such an event for the faculty and students of SDMIMD. SDMIMD conducted faculty development program on leveraging artificial intelligence for teaching and research, and it was highly subscribed and attended. FDP, Faculty Development Program on Innovating Teaching Methods, was conducted in May 2024. Faculty Development Program on Analyzing Research Landscape was conducted in August 2024. Faculty Development Program, Research Development Program on Effective Research Paper Writing and Journal Publication was conducted in August 2024. Time series data analysis in social sciences research was conducted in February 2025. Corporate Management Development Program for the Rane Group of companies. We conduct several programs for the industry senior executives and mid-level executives. Rane Group of companies was held in the month of June 2024. And the Executive Development Program for the Rane Group was conducted again in July 2024. And Leadership Development Program for Sundaram Home Finance senior executives was conducted, and they had named it as Strategize for Higher Achievement, that is ASHA, Aspire and Strategize for Higher Development Achievement, ASHA, conducted at SDMIMD. SDMIMD conducted a unique media visibility exercise called Ideas Matter Most in collaboration with Hindustan Times Media, in which we conducted a moonlight interview of 7 guests, and this was uploaded on the Hindustan Times media channels, including YouTube. And Advanced Management Program with Worth Electronics executives was conducted in September 2024. A symposium on business services and operations was conducted in January 2025. And SDMIMD partners with CII Mysuru for symposium on inspiring women, and this was conducted at the Infosys campus in Mysuru in partnership with Infosys. Our faculty member, Professor Neetu Ganpati, anchored the program. Several workshops were conducted at Sdmimd. Workshops on legal aspects of business was conducted by Dr. Hema Harsha. Workshop on case writing by Professor Vasant Sivaraman was conducted. He is a professor from SP Jain Institute for Management and Research, and a 2-day workshop on AI governance was conducted at Sdmimd. Sdmimd is the first B school in India to introduce artificial intelligence enabled teaching and learning, wherein students get to have notes and summary and tests conducted in class, and this was in the test phase, and we continue to evolve this and make it into a robust system. Our faculty members attended the award ceremony by the QS iGauge Rating Awards in Bengaluru, and Iconic Women Leader Award was won by Dr. Mausumi Sengupta. Sdmimd has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Karnataka Digital Economy Mission, a government Karnataka initiative, and have established a collaboration to develop Center for Economy Study, which will focus on developing required intelligence for entrepreneurs on market information and analytics to help them finalize their product development and market entry strategy. In addition, KDEM has identified Sdmimd as a repository of Mysore district-based data on all areas which are required by industry entrepreneurs seeking to invest in the Mysore district. The research survey conducted by the CSA Bangalore chapter in association with Karnataka Digital Economy Mission aimed to gather insights from chief executive officers and their direct leadership access across a diverse range of global industries, including banking and finance, healthcare, IT-enabled services, manufacturing, telecom and media, edtech and others. Dr. Ellur Anand and Dr. Anand Sasikumar contributed to this research. Sdmimd has been winning for its beautiful garden and landscape every year the prize in the Dasara competitions held by the Mysore City Corporation, and this year also we won the first place in the institutional gardening and landscaping. And Sdmimd has produced 4 publications which include the Sdmimd Journal of Management and Sdmimd excerpts of summer internship products and Sdmimd cases in management and Sdmimd contemporary research written by the faculty members. For the first time in 2023, for this batch, 2023-25 batch, we started with a student research as a project, and it's a credited course. Till now, 3 papers have been published in international renowned journals by the students of this outgoing batch, and a big kudos to them. Sdmimd's intellectual output has been outstanding, and international journal articles 36, national journal articles 1, edited books 10, book chapters 17, case studies 20, research reports 1, patents 1. There has been a notable increase in the quality and quantity of research output by the faculty of the institute. Most noteworthy is the numbers of quality publication in internationally acclaimed journals. Sdmimd celebrates both the national festivals, the Independence Day and Republic Day, in a big way. We celebrated the 78th Independence Day and the 76th Republic Day celebration with vigor and energy. Sdmimd students have shined in various B school fests across different places and different colleges, and we also conducted the Sdmimd Student B School Fest Nicence in this February of this month. And in October 19, 2024, in collaboration Rotary Club of Mysore, Sdmimd organized one of the most successful blood donation drive, and it is a common comment to hear that whenever Rotary Club or any other organization conducts a blood donation at Sdmimd, the output and contribution of the Sdmimd students, faculty and staff will always be higher than everywhere, wherever they conduct in Mysore. We had several invited guests in the campus, and this is the list of eminent people who came and delivered lectures in the campus. Dr. Indira Ramarao, Mr. Ravi Kumar, Dr. Vidya Sagar, Mr. Dr. M. Dharma Prasad, Mr. Lokesh, and Mr. K.S. Guru Raja, Mr. Ananta Kumar, and Dr. Satish Chandra. And there are several other guests in the campus who came and delivered invited talk on specific esoteric subjects. Sdmimd Alumni Association has been a vibrant body associated with the institute. We have roughly 3,200 plus alumni, and the name of the Alumni Association is Prerana, and they conducted an annual general body meeting Ascend every year with a higher level of participation. As alumni from world over participated in this function, and we also conduct a specific function called Pratigam for the alumni, and 14 alumni were awarded the for different types of achievements Distinguished Alumni Awards. And I am coming to the end of my annual report. I congratulate the PGDM batch 2023-25. Thank you.
Candidates for the award of Postgraduate Diploma in Management, kindly rise. I request the parents of the graduating students to rise when the respective student's name is announced. The candidates will individually receive their diploma from the chairman of Sdmimd Governing Board, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde. Abhilasha, yes.
Want me to announce the awards?
Akash R. Akash TN. Aniruddha S. Kavi. Avula Sai Kiran Reddy. Bhavyashri S. Yel. Sorry. Bhumika Ars. Captain Singh Rajput. Chetan Ram, Chinta Janvi, Debrati Basu Thakur, Divakar Yam, Guru Kiran DR, Jeevan PR, Janavi BS, KG Vishwas, Kirtana HS, Kishore Kumar SS, Kollapati Sri Lekha, Lamia Huda, Likita Ye, Madhumita G, Manokaran R, Meera Philip, Naveen Kumar SR, Neha MS, Nidhi M, Nishka Bargi, P. Mohit, Pradhan R, Pragnya P. Shetty, Prajwal Pradeepa Hegde, Prashant S, Prikshita S. Jain, Rahul Kumar AM, Sakshi Pandya, Sahana H, Sahana N, Shankar Sughosh Bhatt, Shashank MN, शशांक वी पाटिल, श्वेता यश शेट्टी, श्वेता कृष्णा, सिंदूर दत्तात्रेय भट्ट, स्मिता आर, स्नेहा बेरा, श्रीनीति एस, सुधनवा कश्यप एमए, डिजोजा सुलन मरिया, सुजीत वो, सैयद महमूद हुसैनी, तेजस्वनी पीएस, उमेश कुमार, जयंत यन, योगेश्वर बी, योगिता एमयू, अचिंत्या के भट्ट, अकल्या सी, अमल सैमन, अमित यन, अनन्या यस, अनमोल महाजन, अनुज शर्मा, अरविंद नारायणन, अरुद राजेश, अश्विता यम, भूमिका आर, चन्नबसव कुरहट्ट देसाई, छाया देवी पी, चेतन आर, चिन्मया एस हेगड़े, अभिनव एम आर, धवन यस भोजा, दिलप्रीत धानी, Dipanshu Ghoshal, Helen Peter, Jyoti, Jia L, Likita P, Manisha D, Manya Y, Sagabala Monu Tej, Muddaya BA, Naman Arsvi, Neha Hedji, Payaswani P, Pratik P, Pradeep Singh, Priyanka T, Radhika KS, Rajat Yam, Rakshit MR, Rakshita B, Ritika Seth, Rudra Gowda Patil, Yes Sridhar, Samira Yan Kashyap, Sarvamangala D, Shankar Yan, Sri Lakshmi V. Gowda, Shubhangi Dinesh Pai, Suhas R. Onnali, Sumant R, Suprita P, Supriya S, Surabhi Rai, Ullas Gowda Ye, Vidwat Gowda. Bhuvan U. Yogita Harimat. Ashik Gowda. Ananya R. Shekhar. Ananya Yes. Anushri KM. Aparna Ajay Naik. Atira K. Atul Venugopal. Atul Suresh. Bernali Mandal. Vasil Babu. Bhumika HA. Chaitanya K. Chandana U. Chetan Yes. Gautam MV. Jeevan Prakash. Karthik P. Shinoy Karthik Ramakrishna. Lahari PR. Madhumati R. Mahita R. Narendra Kumar G. Niranjan Kumar T. Parthiban S. Rahul Dev KH. Rishi Prasad S. Menon. Sachin Kumar. Sahana Priya Yen. Sana AM. Sapna D. Hegde. Sharat Kumar M. Shashikant. Shreyas MU. Subhang Kulshrestha. Shweta Singh. Siddhant Balal. Sneha Baliga. Srinivas M. Hegde. Sri Lakshmi J. Subramanya HR. Sudarshan Ashok. Sukruta J. Sushita AS. Patit Anuja. Tarun Benaka CP. Tawar Vishnu Singh. Vaidehi V. Vaishnavi K. Varshini C. Varun S. Vidula Sriram. Vijay Anand A. Vismaya S. Yashaswini M. Yogeshwar AM. Zaid Bagali. Akash HA. Anchal Rajiv Kumar. Paitankar Ashutosh Vishambar. Aisha Habib. Baltej Singh Dhani. Bhavna G. Bhavika Joshi. C. Reddy Bhuvanesh. Satvik Reddy. Charanjit Chandrasekhar. Dhanraj BK. NS Dhanush. Ekta Girish Kamath. Guduru Murli Krishna. R. Harshita. Indrasis Bagoi. J. Kirtan. Mohammad Ashik. Kamath Snehal Ashish. Kanisetti Gautam. Harshit KD. Kirtana MV. Kishore M. Lakshmi KR. Macleta Lobo. Monica JB. Yan Diksha. Naganavya B. Nandana Dilip. Nandita S. Neha SS. Nishit Jain M. Prerna Prasad. R. Rachna. Rajesh, Raksha R, Richa Gupta, Rohit NR, Sahana Prashant Mahajan, Samskruti S, Saichet Rai B, Sharat MS, Shreyas Bhandarkar, Shrutika S, Siddhi Agarwal, Sneha MJ, Saurav B. Pawar, Dobo Naomi, Suhas R, Tenzin Wangden, Tarun DV, Ujjwal G, Chem Hari Prasad, Vigneshwar Ye, Yoganandan G, Nishchit SU, Niranjan V, Bhargav Ram KM, Kulkarni Pratik Rajendra, Sir, upon the recommendation of the faculty, I have the honor to present Abhilasha S. and 226 others from the PGDM batch of 23-25, 4 from PGDM batch of 22-24, and 1 from the PGDM batch of 21-23 for the award of postgraduate diploma in management. All these students have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and fulfilled all other requirements. I request Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara Institute for Management Development, Mysuru, to confer the postgraduate diploma in management to these candidates.
By the authority given to me by the governing body of the Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara Institute for Management Development, I award the postgraduate diploma in management, and I charge by you thought, word and deed. You prove yourselves worthy of the award. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Sri Natarajan Srinivasan, Chief Guest of the Convocation, to present gold medals to the eligible new graduates who have qualified for the special honor established by the industry and the institute in respect of PGDM 23-25 batch. Ankur Gupta Memorial Alumni Gold Medal for excellent performance in finance goes to Yoganandan G. Suman Narayan Memorial Alumni Gold Medal for excellent performance in human resources management is shared by 2 students and goes to Nishka Bargi and Helen Peter. Gold medal for excellent performance in marketing goes to Yashaswini M. Gold medal for excellent performance in operations goes to Sachin Kumar. Gold medal for excellent performance in systems goes to Bhavika Joshi. Chairman's Distinguished Students Gold Medal for Best Academic Performance is shared by two students and goes to Shweta Krishna and Bhavika Joshi. Ankur Gupta Memorial Gold Medal for Best Overall Performance goes to Shweta Krishna. For the photograph. I now request the chief guest, Sri Natarajan Srinivasan, to deliver the convocation address.
Ellarigu namaskara. A very good evening to everybody. Chairman of the institute, all the dignitaries, fellow students, proud parents, and all the invitees. It's a proud moment to be part of this great occasion. And again, I would like to start by submitting my humble pranams to the chairman. The way the Dharma Samrakshanam is being done in the country, and whatever we see in the form of all the good things, right from the cycle going right, from the sun rising, the sun setting, to all the cycles which, as per what Bhagavan has decided, it is because of such Dharma Samrakshanam work, I think, that is being done. Again, a big, big pranams to you, sir, and everybody. Secondly, I also was meeting with the dignitaries here. The who's who of the industry is here, who have made a lot of difference in the industry, starting from a very humble beginning to where they are today. And I know a few of them who have been on the dais, who have the personal opportunity to interact with them. Of course, Mr. Nagaraj, I know him very well from the TCS days. And Mr. Muthuraman, I know from the TVS group, but I had the occasion to also have a lot of good conversations with him. So these are role models for us here, right? So how do we really look at this as a stepping stone for us? You're all getting into the next phase of your life, getting into a corporate world. So what does it mean to you? What does it mean to each one of you? And what does it mean to your families? So again, a special big round of applause to all the winners today. Especially the gold medal winners. Again, one more round of applause, please. And especially again for the double gold medal winners again. It's a proud moment. It's a proud moment. I could see the reactions, the responses from the parents, and pretty much relate to, I think, what I guess you're going through. So this obviously is now going to be transitioning into a different phase of life in your career. You're going to be beginning your corporate. Some of you, I guess, are going to be beginning the corporate life. Some of you would probably like to pursue your higher studies, getting into research. But in whatever way of life we think you probably are venturing into, I'm wishing you the very, very best and success in what you want to do. How do I structure this discussion? I think when Dr. Prasad came along with Professor Sriram to come and meet me, I said, what do you want me to address the team? He said, value systems. But let me say, the way the entire event is organized, starting from the invocation, the level of bhakti, bhava, what I could see in the way I think this was rendered, I could see the level of value systems already ingrained in this institute. A big round of applause again to the institute, please. This is very, 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 very unique about Mysore. I hail from Bangalore, which is not very far off. And Bangalore also did have a rich culture, but I could see the cultures, I wouldn't call it eroding, but kind of lot of mixing of both our value systems, cultures, and also thanks to the globalization, I think, which is bringing in a lot of benefits, but at the same time comes with a lot of challenges as well along with that. So it's a question of fine balance between the two, and how do we now march ahead in this ever demanding, fast-paced world, the kind of globalization what I think is happening. So let me structure the whole discussion, I thought, in 3 ways. One is briefly sharing about my own experience. 2, how do you look at the corporate world from now on, moving from what you call as the cocooned academics world. It is no longer applicable in your case, as I could see the amount of research, what I think you people are doing, what is relevant in the industry, you are no longer cocooned. I would have to obviously say you are an exception in the entire institute community. I had the fortune of coming up in a township environment, large extended families, which is now things of the past. It is all about nuclear families now. 1 child, 2 at best, and then both of them, after their 10th, 12th, or even the undergrad and post the graduation, they do step out. And post which, if you look at the amount of global opportunities what people have, clearly it's going to be a very, very challenging environment. But this also, the kind of global developments in technology, what has helped us. I do remember the first phone call we used to do when I used to work in Delhi. You had to wait in the line to make an STD call to your parents. This was the reality. I have stood in lines in Delhi on the weekend, which is why I now later switched to only weekday calls when I come back from office, because you couldn't afford to actually wait for long hours in the day. So from then on, this is, and in the 2000s came the Yahoo Messenger, if you remember. There used to be a tool to interact with people called Yahoo Messenger. I don't know how many students even have had a look at this today. From all the international calling, what one needs to do, you can actually, a touch of a button, have conversations with people around the globe in the form of WhatsApp, FaceTime, Google Meets, your Teams Meet. The list just goes on, right? So from a very humble beginning, what we had, which was very rich in my view, of course, the kind of cross-learning what we had, the kind of social ecosystem what we had, the ethos, I think, what we were built in, the kind of emotional bonding, I think, what we had, things, do they exist today? Absolutely does exist. I think it is in our hands to see how we continue that tradition of ensuring that we have those core value systems ingrained in our people. We continue to nurture, we continue to propagate. That's exactly what I have actually seen, a live demonstration of, I think, what has happened in the way the entire event is being organized so far. So there are two things I would like to also touch upon from my experiences. One is, of course, I call it embracing the two C's. One is embracing change, embracing challenge. Change is constant. All of us know it is an ever-changing world. We did talk about examples of how technology is changing our lives, our lifestyle, our family ecosystems, the social ecosystems. So it's changing. If I look at my personal experience, I was obviously resisting to change initially. When I did come out of school, college, like what people did, I didn't want to move out of Bangalore. I always wanted to be under the shadow of my parents. And from then on, I did get the push that was required for me to step out of home. I did have the opportunity to work in multiple cities within the country. Gave me a lot of exposure. What does it mean? So which is not about just subject matter expertise. It is about understanding people. It is about how you connect with people. And finally, in the organization, in the institute, it's about the ecosystem between the professors, the teachers, and the students. At home, it is obviously with the families, with the brothers and sisters and parents. But when you step out, you're all by yourself. You don't have your friend ecosystem. When you move to a new college environment, when you move into a corporate, you're absolutely new, all alone, and how do you really fend for yourself? It's exactly what happens when you also move in organizations in the pyramid. At the top end of the pyramid, I'm sure Nagaraj and Dr. Everybody here, the dignitaries will agree that when you move up the value chain, when you move up in the pyramid in the organization in life, you're all alone fighting the battle alone. But what really makes you successful is about how you have the emotional bonding and connect with people. These definitely make a huge difference. I'm not here to talk about all the subject matters expertise, which I guess all your professors, all the researchers, what you have actually been learning. But these are the softer elements, I think, what you need to pay attention to when you transition into the new world. Very, very critical. The second example I would also talk about, again, embracing challenge, is the first step towards moving out of the comfort zone. What I had, as I said, is the cross-country experience, the pan-India experience. And I had a principle in life that I will never, ever want to travel out of this country and live out of this country, which I was forced. Compulsions, the professional compulsions demanded that I need to move. But if you look back, absolutely no regrets, because that is kind of global exposure one gets. And I'm very happy to see a lot of students here who are also now embracing the global experience as part of your internship, as part of, again, the academia, what you have actually stitched together. I think, again, a big round of applause to the entire institute, the way I think you are bringing this together, because there is no escape. There is absolutely no ways out if you really need to see how the world is shrinking now. and the kind of globalization what we see today, a lot of global roles in MNCs, established MNCs now are moving to India. So unless until we have this exposure, I think it's going to be very, very, very difficult for us to see. So with that, let me now move on to a few examples of see why corporates are successful or not so successful, and what does it really make them to be successful. One of the key things is obviously, is innovation. I'm sure a lot of folks, my friends here, marketing, engineering, research and development, some of you who would like to get into supply chain innovation, the way I think the entire supply chain network is getting disrupted in the country. From a traditional model, from a manufacturer to a distributor to a retailer to an end point of consumption, the entire value chain is being disrupted today. So when you look at that, every walk of life, innovation holds the key. If you step back into the 80s, I'm talking about not the 1980s, the 1880s, almost about close to 200 years now, going to be probably, right? I'm not sure how many of you have heard about this company called Eastman Kodak. A lot of us in our younger days, we had our cameras, we had the film, we had the photo flash, and we used to go wait in queue to get our prints, the photo prints, and that was the film made by Eastman Kodak which invented this. And the gentleman, again, if you go back to his history, started in a very, very, very challenging environment. This is more to students, folks. All of us, I know, come from a very humble background. But this gentleman, again, who was challenged on multiple counts on the family front, took up this challenge and started this company, took it to a roaring success to what it was until the 80s. And the irony is, did we all know, I talked about innovation, where was the first digital camera invented? Digital camera. This was invented by Eastman Kodak. And this company, folks, out in the market said, kill this idea, this will not fly, this is not going to work, let us stop this entire innovation, this is absolutely waste of money being invested. Rest is history. You know what happened? The entire Japanese market took over and Eastman Kodak became history. Second, I'm sure all the students, you keep reading about Steve Jobs, who is again an icon. I think people look at. In the 80s and 90s, Apple was a budding company. And it was in the 70s and 80s, it was a roaring success when you look at the way until the early 90s. In came Mr. Bill Gates. Again, the disruption, what happened in the market and what happened to the entire IT industry, completely shifted out from your mainframe to a desktop environment. The processing became very, very fast. The list can go on like this, right? The amount of Indian companies, what you can talk about, which have held ground for over 100 years. One of the groups which obviously I'm proudly to say I was associated with, the Tata Group. The Tata Group again, which was started in 1868, and it is still running, and it's going to remain for centuries. What is really holding this organization together? It's the core value systems. The core value systems of the organization, which I think everybody needs to be proud of. I want to salute that organization again. A big round of applause to that entire organization, the group to where it is today. And of course, the organization where I am today associated with, TVS. The TVS group again is over 100 years, as you know. 1911 was the time it was incepted. I was very, very happy to hear Chairman sir talked about when I met him for the first time. You're from TVS, and he used to tell, he just shared with the fellow colleagues around to say, it was the first company which started bus transport service, and people used to set their watches with the time the bus is expected to enter into the bus stop. And that is the kind of precision, I think, what this company was known for. And from then on, it has obviously grown into a huge, huge empire, making a difference, touching everybody across the country, across the ecosystem. I'll talk about it in a bit, which is not just about the employees, it is about the entire ecosystem today. TVS continues to be one of the largest dealers of Ashok Leyland. We represent Ashok Leyland, and every bus operator or every truck operator today, the fleet operator today, for 3 generations is indebted to this company, because it is this company who made a big difference in their lives, starting from absolutely no capital to where they are today of owning a few hundred crores of businesses. So why am I talking about all these? It is about what does it mean to create an organization, to incubate an organization, and see how you really build on the core culture, value systems of the organization. That's exactly what a number of companies have been attempting to do. There are 2 things I would like to again emphasize on. I talked about 2, 1, change and challenge, right? Embracing change and challenge. 2 more additions I would like to add to this. When any organization grows, individual also grow with the organization. It is extremely important for us to stay glued to what happens around us in terms of market conditions and the disruption what happens in the market. Classical example which really I could see my personal experience, irrespective of what the organization is, who you are in the organization, you're really humbled with certain personalities. I would like to talk about 2 personalities which I had the personal experience, and what led to me really belief in that, and then how I have imbibed not just from what I have seen with my parents, with my teachers, which I am indebted to even today, and everybody in the overall ecosystem who have made a difference to me, to whom we are today. One experience I would like to share here is, this was back in 2002 or 2003. I happened to be traveling from Delhi to Bangalore, and this was almost the doors were being shut. The erstwhile Indian Airlines, if you're aware, now it went to Air India. It was none other than Dr. Kalam before he became the president. He was the security advisor and sat next to me, and the amount of humility what he demonstrated sitting next to me, that really shook me off. I said, you may be whoever you are, but always remaining grounded with full of humility makes a huge difference. The second experience which I had also was the first time ever I met Mr. Ratan Tata. The amount of, again, humility what he demonstrated, extremely soft-spoken person. And if you notice recently what happened about when, with his passing away, even when the new chairman now took over back in 2017-18, he was very passionate about dogs. If you're aware, he was very passionate about dogs. And the first question he asked the new chairman, incoming chairman, was, what happens to the dogs? And that is the level of detail, I think, what he had. And immediately, kennels were conducted for the dogs. So what it means is be passionate about what you do and relate to others and have that emotional connect, which makes a huge, huge difference to you. Now with that, let me now, I know it's becoming restless, why I can fully understand, because I'm standing between you and the high tea, which is actually out there. There's always a challenge. There are 2 challenges in corporates, what you will see. The person who presents in any meeting immediately after lunch It's a strategic by design. If you are able to give the toughest one to him, then he's actually saved, because he's saved from all the onslaught which he could probably expect in the meeting. Second is, of course, when you have a break like this, where you're standing between the final break and this. I'll try to make it quick now to see how it is continuing to be relevant to you. Folks, if you're transitioning again from corporate, have these core values which I've already seen being imbibed into you, retain them. 2, how do you again look at embracing change and challenge, which I've referred to, the real life examples. 3, of course, is this kind of an emotional bonding what you need to develop, because you're all by yourself. How do you really start connecting with people? How do you build your network? How do you expand your network? And how do you ensure, whoever is in hostel, I'm sure you would have been able to do that, but people who have been also under the care of parents in the home, when you actually step out to corporate, that's the first cultural shock what you would get. So be prepared for that. And how do you overcome that? There is no shortcut to this. The only way you would do that is obviously start mingling with people. The other important element I would also like to touch upon is what I call as attention to detail. Every element you have to get to the bottom of reviewing whatever you have done. Committing mistakes are okay, but repeated mistakes are not okay. So learning from the mistakes are fine, but how do you ensure you learn from the mistakes and keep moving on? That's a very, very, very important trait what you need to put. Because when you look at careers, you can be a supply chain consultant, you can be a marketing expert, digital marketing expert, you can obviously be a HR professional, you can be a HR partner to business. The career opportunities are huge, but finally, the binding force between each of these is exactly how you get the entire team together. And that is what really makes a difference in building the organization and truly seeing how you nurture, and you also look at your career growth from your perspective. I did see the entrepreneurial spirit also, which is being imbibed in this culture, right? So it's a very, very important element, especially the kind of mushrooming of startups what you see in the country. This used to be things of the past. Even today, any innovation on technology, it's the Silicon Valley in the US, right? California, West Coast. But today, you see in every walk of life, the biggest disruption what we saw in the e-commerce world here. Flipkart is a classical example. Uber is a classical example. Swiggy is another classical example. So the kind of disruption, I think, what is happening to the entire ecosystem. E-commerce, what we thought, is going to kill the entire retail chain. What happened post that? It was all about coexisting, partnering, and you see the entire retail is now also getting into the ecosystem. Now in comes the disruption after e-commerce called quick commerce. You talk about Blinkit. Anything what you want to buy something from Chroma, it's going to be delivered in 10 minutes. You want to have an ice cream, you feel like I have an ice cream at 10 in the night, you will get it from Swiggy. So this is how you see the technology completely disrupting the way the businesses are being conducted, the business models are running. The only piece of advice I would have to all our fellow friends here, students especially, is it's great to use technology, but don't limit it to be only as a consumer. Use that to learn, use that also to develop your skills. If it is limited to be a consumption brand, all of us are very, very favorites of watching Instagram, Facebook, Shorts in YouTube. Very, very fond of. I'm sure by now, all the posts, whatever we took, would have gone into the Instagram. Great, great. That is exactly what the entire world has become borderless now. You can share with anybody what you want in a click of a button. But please don't become slaves to that. When the entire revolution happened in the Y2K area in 2000, you would have heard about what we saw, the IT transformation happening. A lot of jobs were being brought to India. Great. but that also helped us to see how you work remotely, how you connect with people globally, how you work in global clock, right from what we call the follow the sun model. From East Coast, from Japan to Australia, going all the way up to the US and the West Coast. How did it happen? Technology, remote working. Now, remote working is becoming a way of life. Please, please, again, don't limit yourself. Don't set expectations that you will have only remote working. One, it stops you from developing, honing your interpersonal skills. It is going to be a big challenge if you are not able to articulate, communicate with your fellow colleagues in the organization. There are a lot of limitations. I think COVID taught us to see how you embrace technology in learning, but I don't think that is going to be the only mode of learning, because you know the obvious limitations of learning. So please use technology to your advantage, also as a learning tool, as opposed to merely being seen as a consumer of technology. I would like to touch upon two more things which I do want to emphasize on. What you call as FTR. What is FTR? In organizations you will see, in our corporate jargon we keep using this as FTR. It's called first time right. So the attempt is all the knowledge, what you have actually captured, you put it into industrial use for meaningful outcomes, business results. That's exactly what each one of you are going to be doing to contributing to the organization. So please do pay attention to how you're going to be bringing your subject matter expertise into relevance for the organization. That is exactly what you will be coached. You will also be handheld in the organization, but be prepared to listen. This is another big challenge, I think, what we are seeing. I wouldn't like to call it as the current trend, but the ability to listen, because the span of attention is very, very, very limited today. Thanks to, again, the distraction what we have. In our meetings, in our board meetings, we do have people, I think, looking at their cell phones. I'm sorry to say this, but this is something which across the board we have to actually look at to see how we bring in controls in that and bring a sense of discipline to ourselves. The kind of conversations what we have in families, you just step back and see what we had with about 10 years back, 5 years ago to now. It's shrinking. It's shrinking. I think we are better off conversing with our children over phone as opposed to having a face-to-face conversation. Face-to-face conversation, all of us become uncomfortable, which is exactly why, even if it is a phone conversation, you want to make sure you have to have a video call. And to see, you look at the body language of the person, you look at, is he paying attention to this? All of us go through this. This is not just students, yourself. This happens across every walk of life. This is a way of life, what happens across levels in the organization today, because we are so addicted to this called cell phone and all the applications around that. But it's great to have fun at times, right? TikTok, I know it's not available in India, but you do have a lot of other chess games I keep seeing people playing. Candy Crush, great to have. It's obviously a stress reliever, right? But if that becomes the core in a corporate environment, you know how the organization can move on, right? So I wouldn't like to bore you there. In fact, I was warned by a few of my younger generations to say, look, don't ever get prescriptive, because this generation doesn't like to be told what they need to be told. They don't like to be prescribed. They don't like to be ordered. I fully understand, I respect, because I have seen the change. We need to embrace the change. From the way my father used to say, look at the way you're speaking to me now compared to what I was used to speaking to my father. Big change, absolutely. And the way we now have transitioned to, the way I think our children are talking to us. And I don't need to actually expand this beyond this. the famous, the topic being spoken about is the daughter-in-law, mother-in-law conversations, right? The way I think they used to have to what it is now. We also talk about the father-in-law to the daughter-in-law conversations, the son-in-law conversations. But if I need to keep extending this, there is no limit to that. But all I'm trying to leave that thought with you is how we need to embrace this and see how you adapt and then keep moving on. So fellow students, for you, I think flexibility, being open, and with the core understanding of your value system being applied in every walk of life. I would like to touch one last example on the value system, how this impacts if one does not continue with the core values which I think they have learned, picked up right from their younger days. Couple of audits, what we do in the organization on frauds. It happens. We are humans, right? We are obviously tempted. We are tempted to do wrong things. But if you go into the details of fraud and you complete the investigation report, you trace it back, it eventually points down to the core values, the background of the individual, the upbringing of the individual in the family ecosystem, and the educational institution, what he has actually imbibed on, and that moves on. It doesn't end. And these are some of the challenges which I would want you to be aware of and see how you will apply the core values which you have picked up in your every walk of life, right from your home to school to college and finally moving to corporate. You will continue to apply till we are going to be citizens and in this world, because there is obviously a role all of us have to play in that. I would like to end by calling out fellow students. The most important element when you move into the corporate is, I know all of you will get into roles, you will grow in the organization. I'm sure you all also will grow into the pyramid, in the top end of the pyramid, but nothing is short of teamwork. When I say team, it means a lot, right? It's not just about people getting together. It is about how you trust each other. So it's a question of mutual trust which you need to develop. It is a very, very important element. And two, you also look at emotional collect with the people, which means E and M means it is about emotional and mutual respect. It is very, very critical across levels in organization, including the social ecosystem what we are currently living with. And eventually all of this is obviously you're working for the organization towards the business outcomes and the results. And how does this happen? It happens with all the knowledge, what you gather right through across your life from as a student to college and continue to keep learning. And I continue to keep learning every day in life. And that's exactly how you become successful. And I would like to wish each one of you the very best in your career and have a great, great, great career ahead, and all the very best to you.
Thank you, sir. I request our respected chairman, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde, to kindly address the gathering.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಯನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಮರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲವು ಮಾತುಗಳು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಆನರಬಲ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ರೀ ನಟರಾಜನ್ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸನ್, I thank you for finding time to come over here and address our students as well as the parents here. I know the TVS is a very famous group in India, especially in South India, because we talk of only North Indian companies, But when I was very young, maybe in my colleges, I went to Madurai. They said you can set your timings by the TVS local buses, and all buses were shining because they were all given silver color. And later, now I understand, today also you maintain the same standards, and I am told that some German companies have ordered vehicles with you, and you manufacture for them in their brand, and it is marketed throughout the world in their brand. So the confidence of them in our companies shows that extraordinary performance you have achieved, and the way you have conducted in the industry is a very remarkable appreciation. Governing body members, esteemed director of the faculty members, proud parents, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Good afternoon, warm greetings to you all. I'm extremely happy to stand before you today on this momentous occasion, the convocation ceremony of the Sdmimd's graduating class of 2025. This is a day of celebration, reflection, and anticipation as we send off another batch of bright minds into the world. First and the foremost, congratulating to each one of you. You have demonstrated immense perseverance, dedication, and hard work for the past few years. Your journey has been filled with challenges, academic rigor, late nights of study, collaborating projects, and perhaps even moments of self-doubt. But today you stand victorious and ready to embrace the world with knowledge, confidence, and determination. Your time at Sdmimd has been more than just classroom learning. It has been about shaping your character, strengthening your resilience, and broadening your perspectives. You have been a part of an institution that values ethics, innovation, and holistic growth, principles that will guide you in the years to come. Now, more than ever, both like you must put your best foot forward in taking calculated risks, test your abilities, and invest sincere efforts to know yourself. Knowing yourself deeply is perhaps the most important learning in one's life. Once you give priority to the vital task, you will automatically find your mentors and well-wishers who will push you to the frontiers of your capabilities. As you step into the next phase of your journey, you will enter a world that is rapidly evolving. The business landscape is being reshaped by digital information, artificial intelligence, sustainability concerns, and dynamic global markets. The skills you have acquired here, critical thinking, problem solving, adaptability, and leadership will serve you as your foundation in navigating these challenges. Now, no youth should think that in such a vast and changing world, he or she is a passenger. Each one of you is a leader, and you only need to find yourself in the right role to play in this transforming environment. India and the world at large are looking towards young professionals like you to drive change, challenge the status quo, and contribute meaningfully to the society. Remember, success is not just about personal growth, but also about making a difference in the lives of others. The Managing Trust has always been progressive in giving you the best facilities, the faculty members, and the contemporary infrastructure to ensure that you get the best and conducive environment for studies here in the campus. Your degree qualification indicates not an end, just a beginning. A journey of learning never stops. As you step into the professional world, embrace curiosity, seek new knowledge, and remain open to diverse perspectives. The best leaders are those who continue to learn, evolve, and inspire others along with the way. Do not get influenced by the levels of your management, specialization of marketing, HR, finances, etc. As you start your journey in your chosen profession, you will understand that there is no fixed dark lines that separate the management domains. You need to know about all the areas of management to succeed in your career, and it will not be surprising that it is also helps in succeeding your life as well. As Sdmimd graduates, you carry with you the values and ethos of this great institution. Your quality of seeking responsibility and keeping a promise will gain your prominence. Valuable friendships and eventually respect, integrity and a commitment to excellence should be the guiding principles of your career. Whatever path you choose, corporate leadership, entrepreneurship, academia or social impact, pursue it with passion and purpose. Before I conclude, let us make a comment to acknowledge the people who have been instrumental in our journey. Your parents and families who have supported you with unwavering love and encouragement. Your professors and mentors who have imparted wisdom and guidance, and your friends and peers who have been your companions in this transformative journey. Faculty members here are always with you in your journey. You must make an effort to maintain contact with the Sdmimd, and it will turn out to be valuable for you. Class of 2025, the world is waiting for your ideas, your leadership and your contributions. Go forth with confidence, embrace challenges and create a meaningful impact in all that you do. As an alumnus of the Sdmimd, you will always have a home here, a network of support and a legacy to uphold. I deeply appreciate the efforts of the faculty and staff members here in shaping the young minds who are taking off towards their career. Your efforts will always be remembered by the society and the stakeholders gathered here. Once again, let me congratulate you, wishing you success, fulfillment and happiness in all your endeavors. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಹಿರಿಯರು, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳು, ಬಂಧುಗಳು ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿರಿ, ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಂತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನವರಿಗೆ 99% ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. 99% ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, 99% 90 ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 91% ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉಳಿದವರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. 17 ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಬಂದು ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗದೆ ಇವರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದೆ, ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸು ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಸೇರುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನಸುಗಳು ನನಸಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ತಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಉಜ್ವಲವಾದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹಾರೈಸುತ್ತಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಅಜ್ಜ ಅಜ್ಜಿಯರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಹೊರಬಂದ ನಾನು ತಿಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗಲಿ.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Good evening to all. First and foremost, let me congratulate all our graduating students. We at Sdmimd are proud of your achievements and accomplishments. We hope you will continue to uphold and promote the values, reputation, and traditions of Sdmimd through your actions, achievement, and conduct in all your future endeavors. We look forward to having your active involvement and participation in all our institutional activities. Congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. At Sdmimd, we are extremely fortunate to be guided by our esteemed chairman, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde sir. Chairman sir, your presence and blessings always act as a source of inspiration and motivation for all of us. I am sure your presidential address will serve as a beacon for our graduating students, guiding them throughout their professional careers and personal lives. On behalf of the director, faculty, staff, and students of Sdmimd, I convey my heartfelt gratitude to you for your kind presence and your blessings to our graduating students today. Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to introduce our chief guest for today's occasion, Mr. Natarajan Srinivasan, sir. Mr. Natarajan Srinivasan is the Chief Executive Officer of TVS Automobile Solutions Limited, TASL. TASL brand My TVS is a part of TVS Mobility Group, which comprises of companies involved in providing mobile solutions, supply chain solutions, automobile rubber products from Sundaram Industries and TVS Euro Group, TVS Sri Chakra Limited. Natarajan sir has been instrumental in driving the digital transformational journey, including the service transformation at My TVS transferring from traditional model. He had held various leadership positions in the consulting industry for 24 years and auto domain for over 12 years. Sir holds a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering and a PGD in quality management from National Center for Quality Management. Sir, it's my privilege to extend my sincere gratitude to you for being the chief guest and keynote speaker here for today's occasion. Your address was indeed insightful and provided the guideline to our graduating students. You have highlighted the most important key elements that shape a person's path to success, that is, embracing change and challenge. We truly appreciate your presence at today's event, especially given your demanding schedule. On behalf of the Sdmimd fraternity, may I now request our respected chairman, sir, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde, sir, to present a memento to our chief guest, Mr. Natarajan Srinivasan, as a token of our sincere thanks and gratitude. Thank you, sir. I would also thank Mr. D. Surendra Kumar, sir, the Vice President of SDM Educational Trust. Sir, your presence has always been a source of encouragement for us. Thank you for being here today. I would like to thank all the members of the governing board, dignitaries, guests, and delegates for their presence here today. I thank the press and media for covering this occasion. Last but not the least, I also extend my sincere appreciation to all the faculty members and staff of Sdmimd, parents and students for joining us today to witness this solemn occasion. Thank you all.
Please stand up for rendering the national anthem.
हिमा शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I declare the convocation closed. Thank you.
Now I request all the guests to rise until the convocation procession leaves the pandal and then proceed for high tea arranged at the Institute Mess. Thank you.